Hello guys, welcome to a new video, and I'm really excited for this video because we are going to be implementing digital certificates for this video. So we are now going to be using Rsa Key to authenticate IKEv version 2. Um, we are going to be using digital certificates, and we are going to first configure a certificate authority, which is going to be this ISP right here. It's going to be assigned as the CA, and it's going to be the trusted entity that's going to issue in digital certificates to all my sorry to all my routers over here. And then those routers are going to be using those digital certificates that are going to come from this router, and they are going to be able to authenticate with IKE version 2. Um, and I'm also after I do after I get all these digital certificates, I'm going to be configuring a DVTI. So this one is going to be the hub, and this one are going to be the spokes, and they are going to be authenticating using they're not going to be authenticating using Rsa Key, but they are going to be authenticating using digital certificates. So it's going to be a little bit long configuration. So let's go ahead and start with that configuration, guys. I want to start with the ISP, which is going to be the CA or the digital or the certificate authority, which is like I said, it is the trusted entity that issues in digital certificates. So we are going to start with the ISP. The first thing that you want to do is you want to do a NTP, and you want it to be a MTP master, and we are going to put a stratum of 5. And also I want to configure a interface loopback for this one. Um, Loopback 5, IP address 5.5.5.5, 255.255.255.0, or actually 255.255.255. There we go. And I want to configure this as an Ntp server, right? As an Ntp because digital certificates are time sensitive. So therefore, we want to have other routers synchronized with the same time. Otherwise, it could cause problems. So we are going to configure NTP as well. Okay, so after that is on, since I configured this one as a master, we are all going to be able to connect to it and get the time from the NTP master. Okay, after that, we need to go ahead and configure or enable the HTTP server. HTTP server, we have to enable it because that's how we are going to get the digital certificate from the spokes. Okay, so that is done. After that is done, we need to do a crypto PKI server, and we're going to call this CA. We have to give it the issuer name, and the issuer name is going to be CN CA, comma for organization. It's going to be ccdtt.com. All right. Hashing, we are going to be using MD5, and we are going to grant um, automatically incoming SECP enrollment request. So ESCP is the protocol that lets routers enroll in this PKI server. So we are going to just grant automatically grant incoming SCEP enrollment request. So let's go ahead and say auto. And then after that is done, we just go and do a no shutdown. And it's going to ask us for a password or for a passphrase, and this is to protect our private key. So the private key of the CA. Cisco 123. You can name it whatever you want. I'm just going to name it Cisco 123, and that's going to generate a 1024-bit RSA keys for us. And it's also going to, as you can see, the PKI server is now enabled. So that's a good sign. And if you want to see, you can do a show, or we can just do show crypto PKI server, and we can see the server right here. The status is enabled, state is enabled, so that's good. Here's the issuer name, great. Um, the last certificate issue, serial number, was this one. That's our own digital certificate. Next update, next certificate expiration in 2022, and there it is. So that is good. So we have um, our certificate authority configure. Now we need to configure the routers so they can get their own digital certificate from the CA, which is this ISP. So now let's go ahead and bring up. We are going to start with the hub config T, and the first thing that we want to do is we want to do an Ntp server, and we want to point to that loopback IP address that we configure over here. Or also, let's see if we're able to ping it first. We are. Since we are able to ping it, we should do the Ntp server 5.5.5.5, and then you can do show Ntp associations, and you can see right here it is working. And you can do it also at do show Ntp status. Clock is unsynchronized, so it still hasn't synchronized yet. Um, but it is configured, so that's good. What we could do now is that from over here, we need to do a crypto key generate, and we have to generate our own RSA modulus. It's going to be a 1024, and the label, I want to label this a hub.ccdtt.com. Great. After that is done, you can do a do show crypto key my pub key, and if you want to see that RSA, you can go ahead and do a hub.ccdtt.com, and you can go ahead and see your RSA key that has been configured. All right. So after that is done, you need to do a crypto PKI trust point, and we are going to call this trusted CA. And over here, you need to do the enrollment URL, which is going to be HTTP, and that's why we enable HTTP in this ISP router. Then we do an RSA key pair, and you are going to use the RSA key pair that we configure, and we name this hub ccdtt.com. Paste it right here. The subject name is going to be the CN. It's going to be called hub, and the organization name is going to be called ccdtt.com. The location, check. We are going to say none. There we go. Then we do exit. After we do that, we need to do a crypto PKI authenticate, and we are going to authenticate with a trusted CA. There we go. Do you want to accept this certificate? You want to say yes. So the trusted point CA certificate has been accepted. That's good. And if you do show crypto PKI trust point, you can see the trust point. It is coming from this URL. Here's the subject name of that CA, right? CA, ccdtt.com, which is the one that we configure from the ISP. So that means that it is working. You can also do um, a do show PKI, do show crypto PKI certificates. And you can see the certificates right here. The issuer is the CA, subject CA. Here's the start date, and here's the end date. All right. So now, after that, we need to go ahead and create our own certificate. So we do a crypto PKI enroll and we're going to enroll with the trusted CA. You have to create a password. There we go. So the first one, you want to say no. Second one, let's say yes. The IP address is going to be the local IP address of the hub interface, which is 192.1.80.1. Good. Um, and then the next one, you want to say yes. Good. Now we have our own certificate. So if we do a show crypto PKI certificate, you're going to see now that you have your own certificate, which is name hub with this IP address. Here's the host name. Here's the CA, the O for organization. Here's the start date and the end date. Okay, so that is good, guys. That is really good. So now we need to do that for router 1, router 2, and router 3. So let's go ahead and do that. Um, and I'm going to be doing it a little bit faster. I'm not going to do any show commands for this one. So let's go ahead and config T. And we are going to do first the Ntp Server 5.5.5.5. After that, we do the crypto key generate RSA modulus 1024. The label for this one is going to be R1 because this one is R1. That's ccdtt.com. Good. Then we have to do the crypto PKI trust point is going to be called trusted CA. Over here, we need to do the enrollment URL HTTP 5.5.5.5 Rsa Key Pair, which is the one that we just configured right here. We need to attach it in here. And if you want to do the FQDN, you can also do that. It's going to be r1.ccdtt.com. Subject name, you can do the CN. It's going to be R1. Organization is going to be ccdtt.com. Revocation is going to be none. Exit. Crypto PKI authenticate. Crypto PKI authenticate with the trusted CA. Yes. Done. And then you want to do the crypto enroll or crypto PKI apps PKI enrolled and certificates. Actually, with the trusted, if I know how to spell it, trusted CA password. You can create your own password. The first question is going to be no. Second one is yes. And then the IP address is going to be 192. That's 1.10.1. And then for that question, do you want to request from the CA? You want to say yes. Great. So now we have our digital certificate for R1. We need to do it for R2 as well. And config T, what we could do is we can just go ahead and you can just open Notepad and we can copy and paste for what we need. And let's go ahead and open Leafpad, right? So for the first one, we need to do an Ntp Server. It's going to be 5.5.5.5. Then after that, we need to do the crypto key generate RSA modulus 1024. The label is going to be r2.ccdtt.com. Then we do the crypto PKI trust point. We're going to call it trusted CA. You want to do the enrollment URL, HTTP 5. Then we do the Rsa Key Pair, and we get it from this one right here. Copy it and paste it right here. Then we do the FQDN r2.ccdtt.com. Then the subject name is going to be CN, going to be R2, comma, organization, all together, equals to ccdtt.com. Revocation, check, we're going to say none. There we go. Then we exit out of here. And then we have to just do this one by one, which is a crypto PKI authenticate with a trusted CA. That's going to ask you if you want to accept it, and then you want to do the crypto PKI enroll trusted CA. All right. So I'm just going to paste this stuff over here. Copy. Let's go ahead to router 2. Then we have to do the crypto PKI trusted CA. Location none. Exit. Then you want to do the enrollment. You say yes. Oh, the authentication. And then you want to do the PKI enrollment. It's going to ask you for a password. The first one, for the first question, you want to say no. The second one, yes. And then the IP address is going to be 192.1.20.1. And then for the last question, you want to say yes. So there we go. That is done. Now let's go ahead and do it for router 3. And we are going to just go ahead and open LeafPad, and we have to change router 2 for router 3, router 3, router 3, R3, and there we go. Everything is going to be the same. Config T. Then we do the crypto PKI trust point trust SCA. Then we do the crypto. We say yes. And then we do the enrollment. We enter the password. Or you create a password. The first one, you say no. The second one, you say yes. Then we do the IP address, which is 192.1.30.1. And then you say yes. And there we go. So we have digital certificates for the hub, router 1, router 2, and router 3, and also the ISP. And the ISP is the one given all these digital certificates. So now what we could do is we can go ahead and create this DVTI. And the first step that we need to do to create this one is that we are not going to use a keyring, because a keyring is for to use pre-share keys. So we are going to create a certificate map. So you go like this and do a crypto certificate. Let me see if I got it. Crypto PKI certificate map CMAP sequence number 10. Issuer name CO. You're going to say it's going to be the CA. So now I also want to put all of this into Notepad, because we are just going to copy and paste, because it's going to be basically the same configuration. Okay. Paste that right here. Good. After that is done, we need to go ahead and configure a crypto IKEv2 proposal. We're going to call IKEv2 proposal. And in this proposal, we're just going to do encryption. It's going to be 3 des, integrity, MD5, different hemical number 2. Right, so let's go ahead and do this right here. Crypto IKEv2 proposal, IKEv2 proposal, encryption, 3 des, hashing, MD5, group number 2, and this one actually needs to be integrity. Then after that, we need to go ahead and create the crypto IKEv2 policy, and we're going to call this IKEv2 policy. And inside here, we need to just specify the proposal that we're going to be using, which is the IKEv2 proposal. And after that is done, what we want to do is we want to go ahead and create the DVTI tunnel. And since we only have to do the virtual template from the hub, we are just going to go ahead and configure the hub. So let's go ahead and do that, guys. So you want to do a interface virtual tunnel or virtual template type tunnel, and you actually have to give it a number 8. And inside right here, we want to do a tunnel mode. It's going to be IPSec with IPv4. And let's do show IP interface brief. We are going to borrow loopback IP address, so we're going to do IP or number loopback 8. And let's also specify the tunnel source is gigabit00 beans. So after that is done, we need to go ahead and configure the crypto IKEv2 profile. So let's go ahead and do crypto IKEv2 profile. We are going to call this IKEv2 profile. And inside this profile, what we need to do is inside the profile, what we need to do is we need to do the identity of the local. It's going to be using the distinctive name, so you do a DN, and then we need to match the certificate that we're going to be using, and it is the CMAP, which was the one that we configured right here, CMAP, because we are not attaching the keyring anymore because we're not using pre-share keys. We are using 0 certificates, so that therefore that's why I configured that certificate map. Okay, so that is done. We need to do a authentication. It's going to be remote, and it's going to be using RSA SIG because we're using 0 certificates, and then authentication local. It's also going to be using RSA SIG, and then you want to do the virtual template, and you want to attach it right here, 8. Right, so let's go ahead and just copy this and paste it in the hub. We have an issue with the match certificate. I spelled that wrong. Okay, CMAP. There we go. Go ahead and copy it and remove this one because I spelled it incorrectly. So that is done. After that, what we need to do is, of course, we need to do IPSec. So we do crypto IPSec transform set. We are going to call it just a T set. That's fine. And over here, we need to do ESP AES 256 ESP SHA with HMAC. And then we do the crypto IPSec profile. And we want to IPSec profile, so we do IPSec profile for the name, and we want to attach the set transform set to T set, and we also need to set the IKEv2 profile to IKEv2 profile. Copy this, paste it right here. Good beans. So we are done with that. After that, we need to go ahead and go into the interface um, virtual template, and you want to do template H, type tunnel, and you want to do the tunnel protection IPSec profile, IPSec profile. And there we go. IPSec app is now on, so that is a good sign. So now, what we need to do is we need to do the same configuration for router 1, router 2, and router 3. It's just that we are going to be using tunnels instead of virtual templates. So we're going to do interface tunnel 8 for all of them. The IP on number is going to be loop back 0 because they all have configured that loop back 0. Tunnel destination is going to be 192.1.80.1. That's good. Tunnel source is going to be gigabit 00. Then tunnel mode IPSec with IPv4, and the tunnel mode or tunnel protection is going to be IPSec profile, and the profile is IPSec profile. So that is good. Looking good, looking good. So also from these virtual templates, if you do IP OSPF area, let's see, IP OSPF authentication cost MTU purse ID of 1, area of 0, that should take care of adding OSPF. So we are going to be configuring OSPF. Let's go ahead and open LeafPad and copy this right here and paste it. And we have to remove this virtual template from the IKE version 2 profile because it's not going to be there. And let's go into router 1, and we have to do the crypto or the certificate map, proposal, policy, IKEv2 profile. Let's go ahead and copy and paste all of that. No errors, that's good. Then let's go ahead and do IPSec. No errors, that's also good. And then let's go ahead and do this tunnel 8. IPSec app is on. That is a really good sign. So if we do show IP OSPF, we can see OSPF ID1. So that's good. Let's go ahead and do N. Let's go ahead and go to the hub. Show IP, or not show IP. Let's go ahead and do a show IP interface brief. It is still down, so that's not a good sign. Let's go ahead and do a debug. crypto IKEv2, do it all. Let's see if we get any errors over here. Okay, on all. Let's see what errors we got. Failed to initiate the exchange. Failed to initiate exchange fail. Failed to find a matching policy. No proposal chosen notify. So we have an issue with the proposal. Show crypto IKEv2 proposal. 3-75. Let's do it over here. Show crypto IKEv2 proposal. And it looks like we have the same. So why how couldn't, okay. Let's go ahead and do a show instead of proposal, policy. Do the same over here, policy. So for IKEv2 policy, we only have the default for the hub. So it looks like we didn't create, okay. Config T, I forgot to create or attach this proposal that we created. So let's go ahead and do this. Copy, paste it. Config T, interface toner 8, shutdown, exit, interface, virtual, template, 8, type, toner, shutdown, no shutdown, no shutdown. IPSec is on, interface is up, and there we go, interface is up, and let's do a debug again. To debug crypto IKEv2. Let's see what errors we get now. On all. Destination IP address. I say passed. Trust points. Retrieve. Trust the CA. We got the public IP address. Then we got this SA detection IP. Authentication exchange fail. Authentication exchange fail. Interesting. Let's go ahead and just do the same configuration that we have right here for um, router 2, and let's see if it works. And if it works, I think I know why it didn't work for router 1. But let's see what happens whenever I configure it for router 2. And it didn't come up either on the hub. So that's also not a good sign. IPSec is on. Do show IP interface brief. Okay. Let me see if I got anything wrong. Destination is good. Source is good. IPSec good. IPR number good. Hey guys, I'm back. Sorry for that. I had to go upstairs and do something. So um, let's see. Let's verify my. So we are not able to form a tunnel. Let me see if I can do a show crypto. This is section crypto. Actually, not show crypto. Show run. See if I'm missing something. Okay, CA. Here's my certificates. IKEv2 proposal. IKEv2 policy proposal. Policy. The proposals in here. CA. Virtual interface. Um, I think I'm missing something. Let's go ahead and go IKEv2 profile. IKEv2 profile. Config T. I think I forgot to do the PKI. Trust point. Trusted CA. Let's also do this from R1. We have to go into right here and do a PKI trust point trusted CA. See if that does the magic. Haven't seen anything. Interface toner 8. Let's just go ahead and shut it down. Interface virtual template 8 type toner. Shut down or shut down. Let's do no shutdown from over here. Okay, whoa, okay. IPSec packet is invalid, yeah, blah, blah. Load it. Okay, so we see something over here. We see that OSPF is now loading. Okay, so that's what I was missing. You can see that virtual access 1 is working. So let's go ahead and go into router 2, config T. So I was just missing that, the PKI, trust point, trusted CA. That should also, right? Did I configure everything over here? Yeah, I configure everything over here. Let's go ahead and go to the hub. Tunnel 8. Let's go interface tunnel. Oh, there it is. It just came right up. And you can see tunnel 8 full and loading. We go to the hub and you can see that virtual access 2, it is working as well. So now let's go ahead and configure it. Let's go ahead over here. So what I was missing from over here is this, not that. It is the PKI trust point trusted CA. I forgot to mention the trust point in the IKEv2 profile. So what we could do, we can just go ahead and copy all this, and it should work for router 3 as well. There we go. And then if we go to interface gigabit 0/1, I believe, which is the local one, and we should be able to enable IP OSPF on there. IP OSPF 1 area 0 until IP is configured. So I forgot to do a show IP interface brief. I don't have that configured. Do show IP interface brief. Yeah, I don't have that configured. So let's go and do IP 10.10.30.1. No shutdown. Actually, let's just do no shutdown. and then IP address. There we go. And then we can do the IP OSPF 1 area 0. Okay, so now, mm, okay, I did this from the incorrect. Did I just copy everything? Ah, man, I was supposed to paste that on router 3 and I pasted on the hub. Okay, that's not a good sign. Let's do let's do no IP OSPF 1 area 0. Let's go ahead and shut this bad boy down. Let's do no interface tunnel 8 as well. So we're supposed to paste all of this configuration. Locally, yeah, so since I copied all of this, I need to add into the IKEv2 profile, I need to add something else that was probably overwritten. So you want to do a virtual, well, actually it should be there if you do show crypto IKEv2 profile. Yeah, we don't have no virtual template, so we do virtual template 8, sorry for that, and that show IP interface brief. Oh, what am I keep, mm, okay, I keep messing it up. Config T, go back over here, no virtual template 8. Okay, so from the hub is the one that we want to do, and show crypto IKEv2 profile. Verify that that virtual template is in there. Okay, it is indeed there. So nothing should have changed. If you do a show IP interface brief, sorry for the confusion and everything I'm doing. Okay, access one is there. Now um, we should configure router 3, and router 3 is going to have interface gigabit 0/1 IP OSPF 1 area 0. So let's go ahead and copy all of this, and this should work. Boom. There we go. ISACamp is on. OSPF is on. Loading to from loading to full. So that is a good sign. Here's another better sign. Virtual access 1 is up and running. So now if we do a show, it's a crypto connection maybe, or engine connection active. If you do that, you can see the connections that are active. You can see the ID of each one of the connections that we have up and running for IPSec, and you can see the IKEv2 tunnels. We have 3 um, tunnels working. And if you do a show crypto IKEv2 essays, you can see the IKEv2 essays. And from over here, you can see that the local is going to be the same because the local is the hub, right? The remote is 192.1.10.1, which is router 1, slash 500 because um, we are using that, we are not using natural adversal. If you were using natural adversal, it was going to be 4500. You can see that the encryption that we provided from the proposal, um, encryption is 3 des, MD5, hashing MD5, different group number 2. Authentication now, we are not using pre-share key. We are actually using an RSA digital certificate that we got from our certificate authority, which was ISP. You can see this one, and then the remote 192.1.20.1 router 2. Here's the encryption that comes from the proposal. You can see that we are actually using RSA and RSA, and all of that is working great. So we were able to finally configure. I know I made a lot of errors, but I was able to figure out what was wrong, and I was able to fix it. which is a good sign, right? Troubleshooting is part of the CCNP security exam, SIMOS, that I'm trying to take. Um, so I was able to troubleshoot and find out what was wrong with it. The first part was that the proposal was not attached to the IKEv2 policy in the hub. We fixed that, and then the next step was that I forgot to put the PKI trust point trusted CA into the crypto IKEv2 profile, and we fixed that. And then I pasted the entire configuration that was supposed to go to R3 into the hub, and then I put the virtual template into R3, and that was not supposed to be there, so I removed that and then we fixed it. Um, so this is it for this video, guys. And if you guys enjoy this video, if you guys enjoy my all the errors that I made, why don't you just go ahead and follow me on Twitter at CCNA Daily Tips. Also subscribe to my channel, like this video, and thank you guys for watching, and I love you guys. See you on the next one. Bye bye.